camera lens cup. Great gift for any photographer. Hey guys, what is up? It's Huang Fam here from the Travel Fam, and today we are reviewing the new Sigma 24-70 2.8 DGDN lens. This lens is still back ordered as of the end of January 2020. It was supposed to be in stock and shipped and available to everyone end of December 2019. So this lens is in very high demand. So this lens does feel very solid to hold. It has a metal back and some of the parts in the middle and the front element are plastic, but it feels very solid. Taking off the cap and looking at the lens itself, it's very wide. It's an 82mm filter thread. So if you have other filters that are smaller than that, then you might be out of luck and might have to buy some new filters because this is a pretty big front element. So Sigma has chosen the front ring to be the focus adjustment ring and the back one to be the focal length adjustment ring. So on the bottom of the lens here, you have this lock button. If I push the lock button, I don't have to worry about the lens extending in my bag if I am traveling. However, something I did notice is that even in an unlocked position, it's not moving very much. I've had other lenses where I would tilt it upside down and the lens would just roll out. This one is not the case. It feels very durable. And something else to note is that if you put it in the lock position, but you twist the focal length ring, this will actually go ahead and extend the camera lens and unlock it. So even if it is locked, and you leave it in your camera bag like that, and all of a sudden you see a shot that you really need to get, pull the camera out, twist the ring, and boom. You can take those shots and not have to worry about the lock hindering you. So that's a nice little plus. So also there's an AFL button on this lens that people can use for focus tracking or something like that. So on top of that, you have your autofocus and manual focus buttons that you can easily switch between on the lens itself to be able to access that functionality. And of course, there is the A on top of this to signify that this is an art lens by Sigma. So I will say that this lens is a bit weighty, and we are going to put this lens onto a Sony a6300. I would normally put this lens on my a7 III, however, using that to record right now. So we'll use this in place of that for now. So all right, let's see what this looks like on the a6300. So this lens is pretty heavy, and if you are using it on an a7 or a6300 or a very light camera, it is very front heavy, and you definitely will need the second arm to hold the lens. It's not something you're just walking around pointing and shooting really quick. So the big question about this lens is, how does it perform? Well, by the fact that this lens has a pretty decent wait list and is still back ordered, you can kind of guess. So here's a few clips I took while I was out in New York with this lens. One of everyone's biggest concerns with a third-party lens is its ability to focus, and I didn't have any issues focusing with this lens on the Sony a7 III. I did also take some photos while I was out there, and while this is not an extensive test that I didn't have a lot of time on my hands because of the snowstorm, these photos, I will say, are very sharp. They focused exactly where I wanted them to focus, and all in all, I am very impressed with the quality of this lens and the photos that they produce. Sigma has really been upping their game with their art lenses, and everyone seems to want this one. Now you may be asking why, and the biggest reason is the price. So the quality is there, it's sharp, it focuses well, and it really compares head to head with the Sony G Master. The Sony G Master lens is over double the price of this lens. This lens is only $1,099. The Sony G Master is well over $2,000, and you could buy two of these or one of these and another Sigma art lens for the price of this single Sony one. So in all honesty, without very many trade-offs in, well, anything, this lens is definitely going to be a winner over the Sony G Master from a price perspective for the quality that you get for the price. So this is going to be a great travel lens as well, because you have that 24-70, which is a great focal range to get some wide shots in there at 24, but also to get some telephoto at 70. And with the 2.8 aperture, that's really going to give you great low light capabilities, as well as giving you that nice bokeh to make your subject just pop out. So this is it, guys, for the Sigma 24-70 f2.8 DGDN art lens. And this lens is definitely a winner. If you don't have a 24-70 already and looking for one, then this is where you're going to want to go if you have a Sony E or an L mount camera. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this little review of this amazing lens. Definitely check it out. I will leave a link to it in the description below. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them in the comment section down below. And I will see you guys in the next one.